In this video tutorial, I will introduce you to the new version of the now famous Midland BT Mini. Let's take a look at what's inside the box. Inside we find the installation guide and quick start guides. The package is a double set and we find our two BT Minis. The first new feature is that on the back of the BT Mini we can see the label with the 2206 Universal Accessories certification. The second significant new feature included in this comprehensive package is that it now incorporates high-quality RCF speakers, which are also fully 2206 certified and meet rigorous standards. Other essential items included in the package are the audio kit, specifically the classic BT Mini audio kit, which features a versatile USB-C connector. This kit also comes with a dedicated connector for the microphone and two separate connectors for the speakers, as well as a convenient USB-C charging cable that plugs into the very same port as the audio kit. Another new feature, a clamp mount certified 2206, a 3M VHB adhesive mount, also 2206 certified spare adhesive Velcro pads, a wired microphone specifically for full-face helmets, and a boom microphone specifically for modular and jet helmets. Spare foam cover. Clearly, within the package, we will discover two robust clamp mounts, two reliable adhesive mounts, two high-quality boom microphones, two discrete wired microphones, two convenient charging cables, four powerful speakers, and two comprehensive audio kits. Now that I've shown you the contents of the package, let's talk about the latest firmware update. The firmware update with OBI compatibility is available for all BT Mini units, starting from serial number Q22. The Midland BT Mini is an intercom with a Bluetooth 5.1 processor, featuring an extremely small and slim design, and an interface made up of three buttons: the center button, the volume up button, and the volume down button. A single port is used both to connect the audio kit and to connect the charging cable. The BT Mini has a communication range of 500 meters and a battery that provides 8 hours of continuous use. In addition to pairing with your phone, the BT Mini can pair with 3 other intercoms, one for each of these 3 buttons. Starting with the intercom turned off, make sure the light is not blinking, then hold down the center button for about 7 seconds and wait to see the LED flash red and blue. On your phone, go to the Bluetooth settings and start searching for devices. Wait until you see Midland BT Mini appear and confirm the pairing. The phone is now paired. Now, let's continue with pairing the intercoms. You can of course pair the BT Mini with another BT Mini, but also with a BTR1, a BTR1 Advanced or Advanced X, and an R1 Mesh. Using the same pairing procedure that we'll see next, you can also pair an intercom from Cardo, Sena, or Interphone. To pair with other brands, however, we will use the universal intercom procedure. Now, let's look at some examples of native or universal pairing. As I mentioned earlier, when I want to pair an intercom, I can choose to press one of these 3 buttons. So, let's choose to pair an intercom using the center button. So, with the BT Mini turned on and the light flashing, I hold down one of the 3 buttons for 7 seconds and wait for the red and blue flashing. On the other BT Mini, I always make sure it's on, then I choose one of the 3 buttons and press it, using exactly the same procedure as with the first BT Mini, until the red and blue flashing starts. Now, both of the BT Minis are actively searching for intercom pairing, so all that I really have to do is simply wait for the steady blue light to appear. Paired. Great! Now that we've used the center button to pair them, with a single click on this button, I can open and close the intercom communication between the 2 devices from either side. Let's continue by showing another Midland pairing. I'm using the new Midland BTR1. Now, let's choose another button because I've already paired the Midland BT Mini with the center button, so let's pick either the volume up or volume down button. So in the same way, I hold down one of the other buttons for 7 seconds and wait for the red-blue light. On the Midland BTR1, which is turned on, I also choose one of the 3 large buttons and hold it down until I get the red and blue light. All that's left is to wait for the pairing to finish. Paired. Good. Now, since I paired the BTR1 to this button, with a click on this button, I can open and close the communication with the BTR1. And with one click, I close the communication. On the BTR1, I will use the double click command. And double click to close. Great, you've seen how to pair Midland intercoms. The multi-connectivity function allows me to pair even a Cardo as if it were Midland. So, having already used the center button and the volume down button to pair another BT Mini and a BTR1, I still have the volume up button available. So I press and hold the volume up button in the same way and wait for the red and blue flashing, and on the Cardo device I press the button for intercom pairing. And as you can see, it paired using the native procedure. So with the button I used to pair the Cardo, I can click to close or reopen the audio. On the Cardo, I use the button to open and close the intercom. Intercom from other brands can always be paired using the universal intercom function. We have paired an intercom to each button, so now we will use one of the 3 buttons and override the pairing with a new intercom, deleting the previous one. Let's use the volume down button. On the BT Mini, nothing changes for the universal intercom procedure. So with the device on, I press and hold one of the 3 buttons for 7 seconds and wait for the red and blue lights. On the intercom from another brand, instead of using the intercom pairing, I'll use the phone pairing because it's a universal and not a native pairing. So we will now initiate the phone pairing process. And it's important to note that the 2 intercom units are already successfully paired with each other. Absolutely nothing significant changes or needs to be adjusted on the BT Mini device itself. The very same button that I previously utilized to establish the initial pairing connection will conveniently allow me to both open and close the communication link with the other intercom unit, providing seamless control. On the other intercom, which thinks it's paired to a phone, I'll instead use the voice call or redial command. Now let's see how to use the phone. With a double click on the center button of the BT Mini, you'll activate the default voice call app for all related functions. If you choose a dedicated music application instead, like Spotify, and then proceed to use the very same button but hold it down for a full 1 second, you will effectively play or pause the music playback. When the music is playing, by holding down the volume up and volume down buttons, you can lower or raise the volume. If instead of holding them down, you double click these buttons, you'll skip forward or backward a track in your music player. If I want to share music with my passenger's BT Mini, I first need to open the intercom, and as we saw earlier, you just need to click the button corresponding to the pairing. Once the intercom is open, I hold down the center button to give the play command to the music. The intercom will automatically close, and the music will also be shared with my passenger. If, while we're listening to music, I want to talk to my passenger again, all I have to do is click again to open the communication. The music will pause for both of us. We can talk via intercom, and as soon as either of us clicks again to close the intercom, the music will automatically resume for both. We've reached the end of this overview of the new firmware for the BT Mini. I'd like to remind you that for more information, you can visit the Midland Europe website in the support area on the BT Mini page.